And I'll be your MC for this evening. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of Pinnacle College to welcome you to our 2021 International Day of Peace event. I'd like to start with the Acknowledgement of Country. I begin today by acknowledging the Kaurna people, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather and meet here today. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and I extend that respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are here today. As this is the International Day of Peace, it's important to note that the Kaurna people have set an exceptional standard of peace and prosperity, one I believe we can all learn from. It is so wonderful to see you all here tonight, a collection of like-minded individuals from a variety of different religious, political and business backgrounds. We may be different in some very obvious ways. However, the one thing that has drawn us together tonight is our intention for peace and unity. It's the importance of learning together and ensuring we move forward in a harmonious way. The following organisations are in attendance tonight: Department of Home Affairs, the Association of Independent Schools of South Australia, UniSA, University of Adelaide, SAPOL Police, Australian Labor Party, Australian Liberal Party, Central Adelaide Local Health Network, SA Health, Centacare Catholic Family Services, the Catholic Archdiocese of Adelaide, Islamic Society of SA, Adelaide Mosque, Rotary Club of Adelaide, East Turkestan Australian Association, Adelaide University Rotary Club, Khalsa Aid, Pakistan Australian Association of SA Baha'i Faith Community, Pinnacle College, Pakistan Medical Association of SA, St Peter's Cathedral, Uniting Church of SA, Salisbury City Council, Australian Islamic College, Playford College, Australian Migrant Resource Centre, Muslim Australian Connections of SA, Multifaith SA, Green Faith International, Multicultural Aged Care, Consulate of Malaysia in South Australia, Hindu Society of South Australia, United Religions Initiative, and lucky last, Art of Living Foundation. Now that was quite a list to get through, so thank you for bearing with me. The one wonderful thing is it shows that there are so many wonderful people in attendance tonight, so thank you again.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to warmly welcome you all tonight to celebrate the International Day of Peace. Be assured that here at St. Peter's, we will celebrate this special day in a rewarding and peaceful environment. I would like to acknowledge the Kaurna people, and while this can be overwhelming, I feel honored to be with you and I appreciate your positive vibes. My name is Mehmet Aslan. I'm the Community Engagement Manager at Pinnacle College. I moved to Adelaide last year from New South Wales. I hope we can much to learn from each other. Although I have only been here for a short time, I love being in Adelaide. It gives us great pleasure to co-host this event together with community organizations such as St. Peter's, City of. We all need to work together to build strong bridges and prosperous, peaceful communities. As we know, the world has suffered too much from negative issues caused by conflicts, social injustice and intolerance, and ignorance. The theme for the International Day of Peace is recovering better for the inequitable and sustainable world. Our world cannot recover or be more equitable while there are conflicts, and we all have a role to play in achieving a better world. Inner peace comes from within, and we all need to build resilience and transform our world to be more just, equitable, inclusive, sustainable, and healthier. We can all lead by example and have a positive impact in our families, society, communities, and social groups.
I had the privilege of working with the Honourable Reverend Dr. Lynn Arnold. As a former Premier of South Australia and the Minister for Education, Dr. Arnold is quite an exceptional man. He is a patron of the Don Dunstan Foundation and is on the Public Affairs Commission of the Anglican Church of Australia. In addition, he is a Reconciliation Ambassador for Reconciliation SA, a Goodwill Ambassador for Sustainable Development Goals for the United Nations Association, and a Justice Advocate for Second Chances, as well as being a patron for a number of organisations. He's also a chair of the Crawford Fund Board, Food for a Secure World, not to mention his wonderful work with Anglicare and World Vision. Dr. Arnold joined the Cathedral following his ordination in December 2013, and he seeks to be a bridge between the Church and society, encouraging dialogue on social justice issues, and he even has his own radio program on Life FM. I could quite literally be here all night telling you all the wonderful and impactful things that Dr. Arnold has done not only for our state, but our country and many, many other countries. He's touched many lives and changed many lives. So please join me in welcoming the man that South Australia is so very proud of, the Reverend Dr. Arnold.
Nadlu Tambendi, Ganamayuna, Yuta Natanya, Wamataranyako. Ganamayunako, Yutako, Takaringa Tabula. Panako Tapaparuna, Bulcho, Yachakuma, Nadlu, Panadlu, Wadu, Telatina, Mankoriaru. With respect to Ghana speakers here present and with the approval I have previously been given by Ghana elders, I have wished to say we acknowledge the Ghana people and their spiritual relationship with the land as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region. We acknowledge their living culture, heritage and belief. May we walk together in harmony in a spirit of reconciliation. Omar Khayyam in the Rubaiyat wrote, "In agitation I was brought to birth and learned nothing from life but wonder at it. Reluctantly we leave, still uninformed, why in the world we came, or went, or were." These somewhat bleak words from the Robert Graves translation of this famous work certainly seem to resonate when we look at the troubled, fractured world around us. Yet there is something in us that rebels against such a fatalistic view. That something is the divine, that reaches out to humanity in a spirit of reconciliation, calling humanity to a place we might call God's peaceable kingdom, a place where we are told in the book of Isaiah, they will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war, equitable and sustainable world? I think not. So what should all people of conscience do about that and other issues of inequity in our world will be a nightmare. Will you contest that nightmare? Will you seek in your scriptures and traditions of your own faith those messages which proclaim peace, harmony, fairness, and having found them, will you loudly proclaim them? The Buddha said, "Those who attempt to conquer hatred by hatred are like warriors who take weapons to overcome others who bear arms. This does not end hatred, but gives it room to grow. The eternal wisdom is to meet hatred with non-hatred." While Bahuyala wrote, "The well-being of mankind, its peace and security are unattainable unless until its unity is firmly established." In the Quran we read, "Paradise is for those who curb their anger and forgive their fellow men." Jesus said, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbour as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets." When he said this, Jesus echoed the Torah from Leviticus. "You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbour as yourself. I am the Lord." Shalom, salam, peace be unto you.
Thank you for sharing those beautiful words with us. Certainly very moving. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Nadia Rahim to share something very special with you all.
I am neither Christian nor Jew, nor pagan or Muslim. I am neither from the west nor the east, not of the ocean, nor an earthly beast. I am not made of earth, or wind, or water, or fire. I am not from the dust, or from the celestial plains higher. I am not from India, nor China, Bulgaria, or Turkestan. I am not from the kingdom of Iraq, nor from the earth of Khorasan. Neither of this world, nor the next. I am not from the hell or paradise behest. Not from Adam or from Eve, and not even from the Eden of Ridwan. My place is the placeless, my trace is the traceless. There's neither body nor soul, for I am the beloved. I have cast aside duality. I have seen the two worlds as one. One I seek, one I know, one I see, and one I say. We all know Rumi, at least most of us do. He's everywhere, right? From children's, from children's book to popular fiction, to t-shirts, to coffee tables, whether it's on a mug or in form of a book, from Madonna to Coldplay. He's everywhere. And I think after so many beautiful voices that I heard today, I think my voice is going to be really small when I speak of this man, because he was and remains like one of the most relevant people in history because of his cosmopolitanness. No, because it's the International Day of Peace, I just want to point out something. Rumi's birthplace, man was born in Afghanistan, and his family migrated from Afghanistan because of the fear of persecution towards Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. On the left, I've got Konya, his mausoleum there. I just want to introduce Rumi as this man who we probably know as like this greatest man in history, wrote amazing poetry, relevant, stops right there. And it says, well, that's the irony of faith, that's the irony of human argument, because we're all talking about the same thing, but we've experienced it differently, we've touched it differently, and that's why we don't know what it is. Rumi, on the other hand, goes a little bit further. I'm going to read the last 2 lines. He says, but give them a candle to hold up to it, and discord departs from what that into it. Just something for us to think about. Just going to finish on one last quote of Rumi. The truth was a mirror in the hands of God. It fell and broke into pieces. Everyone took a piece of it, looked at it, and thought they had the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. That was incredibly insightful and moving. I'm sure you would agree. And he also received a Global Music Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sufi Contemporary and Eastern Contemporary Music for his songs Hasibi and Saban. Trust me when I say this man is an exceptional talent, and he has performed his music all over the world in concerts and world music festivals, and he has another very big announcement coming soon, so watch this space. Standing beside Farhan in his successes is his very, very talented wife, Nadia, who we just heard from a moment ago. What a power couple. Please welcome Farhan Sa and Sufi Oz.
After me. Alright, it's very easy. Kasayoni, Kasayoni, Kasayoni. And then the last song tonight. How many of you can speak Turkish? Speak Urdu? Oh, my Urdu crowd is there as well. How many of you can speak Arabic? Wow, mashallah. Alright, so then we're going to do something which covers all 4 languages, and the chorus is simple. And then when we'll sing, you will be singing with us, and it's a very easy song. And when we all will sing together, it will look good. Are you with me? Are you with me? Thank you. Alain Melot on guitar, Abu Labaz on violin, Keith Christian on synthesizer, Satomi Onishi on drums, Razan on photography, Nadia and myself, Farhan.
And I'm Sheena, high school captain. Let's commence this activity with a little joke.
What did the poet say to Luke Skywalker?
Hey, haven't we metaphor?
How do poets say hello?
Hey, haven't we metaphor?
We would love for everyone to participate in this writing activity. A crosstalk poem is a poem in which certain letters of each line spell out a word, name, or phrase when read vertically. Most often, it's the first letter of each line that spells out the word, but they can be placed anywhere on the line. When they're placed elsewhere in the line, it forms a kind of code, hidden code.
Please use the provided sheets and pens to write an acrostic poem on peace. We are excited to display these at our school. We have 7 minutes for you guys to complete these and creativity for a chance to win a prize. 7 minutes.
Time's up.
A special day celebrating the International Day of Peace. So here is my contribution. Peace encompasses all carers evermore.
Well done, Mr. Bales. We like that one.
Thank you, girls. Prayers ring out across the land, every mountain and grain of sand. All shall know the virtues of peace, calling nations to ease their hand. Every war and suffering shall cease.
That's creative. Can we have
Protection, environment, achieving clean heart. It's for peace.
Purposefully, persistently pave environments through embracing all people on earth, carefully counteract.
It's time for some engagement, excitement, and competitive spirit. Can we please ask everyone to search Kahoot on Google, then go to the first link?
please use the given pin and enter our quiz. Upon entry, please share your first and last name as the username. We will commence the quiz in 2 minutes. For those who can't see the code, I'll repeat it to you on screen. 7, 3, 1, 0, 7, 3, 0.
The answer was green. Well done. Next question. What was the theme?
Question 3. Whose birth anniversary is being celebrated as the World Peace Day every year? Sorry for pronunciation, Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, Benazir Bhutto, and Hanadi Mehia, in red, blue, yellow, green order. Blue was the correct answer that time.
Okay, next question. We can never obtain peace in the out. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, we have podium and winners. Okay, third place we have Havi Metaphor. Second place we have Lynn Arnold. And first place, Silver Owen. Well done.
12 out of 15.
If we can have the winners to the stage, you guys will be winning a prize. Well done, and thank you for participating. Where's our other person?
What an incredibly extraordinary night. How privileged we all are to be here tonight. It certainly ticks all the boxes from music to poetry to inspiring speakers. Such a wonderful night. I'm actually quite speechless about how I feel, and I have to say I brought my husband with me, and he's usually bored and yawning and he hasn't taken his eyes off the stage, so I think he'll go away and say, now why don't you take me to bed? Good things like that again. On to my speech. We all know the Honourable Lynn Arnold. He has had such a diverse and distinguished career, which I can proudly say started in Salisbury. Lynn, we've been friends for 40 years. Right. And we're both so young. How did that work out? That was such an inspiring speech. Thank you. It's always wonderful to listen to. That's the best I've ever heard. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And Nadia Rahim, what an amazing woman. The poetry was breathtaking. It really was. The story and the music at the same time. Absolutely loved it. Of course, we need to thank the organisation of this event, Pinnacle College, St Peter's Cathedral, Centacare, Uniting Church, Multifaith, SA and the City of Salisbury. A welcoming and supportive environment for new arrivals and to recognise and celebrate cultural diversity. To bring this all together, we developed a cultural plan for our future. It is our desire at the City of Salisbury to use this plan to promote unity and understanding in our community. And I wish everyone here success wherever their path or your path, or whatever you follow, to do the same. Let us again fill our hearts with love, kindness and peace, and especially gratitude. I want to thank you all for being here and certainly thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
On this International Day of Peace, it is fitting that we from many different faiths and cultures have the opportunity to show solidarity together as we remember and think about what it is like to be part of a peaceful world. And tonight I would like to pray a prayer written for this International Day of Peace by Reverend Sharon Hollis, the National President of the Uniting Church. God, Creator of unity, help us to make peace with creation, so that rather than destroying the earth, we learn to live in harmony with creation, that all who live in this beautiful blue planet might have abundant life. Christ, body of peace, help us make peace with each other, so that where there is warfare, fighting might cease. Those broken in body and spirit might be healed, and we all can enjoy the opportunity to live, work, learn and pray and play in peace. God, Spirit of community, help us to build up communities of hospitality so that those damaged by war and trauma might know welcome and healing. Justice might reign and all might live in harmony. We pray in the name of Christ. Amen.
Our next prayer will be given by Anne Isatulan from the Jewish faith. Anne is also the country organiser of the United Religions Initiative in Australia.
In Judaism, we have the concept of tikkun olam, which means to improve or repair the world. It's considered the duty of each and every person to do their part in order to bring the world closer to Geula, or redemption. That is the harmonious state for which the world has been created, and which we now more than ever are looking to bring about, recovering better for an equitable and sustainable world. In the Jewish text of Isaiah, which is in the Tanakh, or with a famous Jewish blessing for peace, it's called the Birkat Kohanim, as found in the Humash from chapter 6, verses 23 to 26 in the book of Numbers. I'll say it in Hebrew and then in English. Yivarecha Adonai v'shmarecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'huneha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem leha shalom. May God bless you and guard you. May God shine his countenance upon you and be gracious to you. May God turn his countenance toward you and grant you peace.
I would like to now call Sri Dilip Chormuli, who is the senior Hindu priest in Adelaide with the Sri Ganesha temple.
Namaste, greetings to you all. I will recite verses from ancient Hindu scriptures which fall under the category of Lokakshem, or global well-being. These verses are in Marathi and Sanskrit languages, and I'll translate each verse in English. Swastyastu vishwasya phala prasidatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mithodhya manascha bhadram bhajata dadhokshaje aveshatam no matirapya haituki. May there be well-being of all in the universe and all wicked persons be pacified. May all living beings become calm by to the Supreme and thinking of each other's welfare, and may we all remain engaged in the service of the Supreme and remain absorbed in the thought of Supreme. Ze khalanchi vyankati sando taya satkarme rativadho bhuta paraspare jado maitra jivanse. May the wicked shed their wickedness, and instead may they turn to doing pious and good deeds, and may all living beings be bonded by friendly, ties of lifelong companionship. Duritan se timirajavo, Vishwaswadharma surye paho, Zoze vanchila tote lapo, pranimatra. May the darkness of difficulties disappear, and may the universe see the divine light, inspiring individuals to honestly do their appointed tasks and duties. May aspirations of all be fulfilled. Om Sarvetra Sukhinas Santu, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashit Dukha Bhagavad. May all be happy, may none fall ill, may we all see auspiciousness everywhere, and may none feel sorrow ever. And how this will happen? Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayantam, Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha, Go Brahmanebhya Shubham Bhavatu Nityam, Lokas Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the rulers of the land rule justly and fairly, and protect and ensure well-being of citizens. May there be good fortune for animals and humans, and may all living beings be full of happiness. And this will also happen because Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Pruthivi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshovarayito Sakala Santu Nirbhyaha. May the rains fall in the right season and the earth bear abundant crops. May this nation be free from any distress or disturbance, and may all be happy. Dyau Shantihi, Antariksham Shantihi, Apa Shantihi, Oshadhaya Shantihi, Vanaspataya Shantihi, Vishwe Deva Shantihi, Brahma Shantihi, Sarvam Shantihi, Shantireva Shantihi, Sama Shantirethi. May peace radiate in the skies and in the space around us. May peace reign all over earth, in water, in all herbs, trees and creepers. May peace flow over the entire universe, and may the Supreme Being be at peace with us. And may peace and peace alone always exist in all and in everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace always. Thank you.
I would now like to call up Mabube Arianpal. She is a representative of the Baha'i community of South Australia.
Good evening. I convey the loving greeting of the South Australian Baha'i community to all of you here tonight, celebrating the International Day of Peace. Dr. Reverend Lynn Arnold shared one of the quotes that I wanted to share. I start with this from Baha'u'llah. The well-being of mankind, its peace and security are unattainable until and unless its unity is firmly established. The international governing body of the Baha'i Faith, the Universal House of Justice, state, world peace is not only possible, but inevitable. Evolution of this planet. They also assert the oneness of mankind is the first fundamental prerequisite for the reorganization and administration of the world as one country, the home of humankind. In terms of climate change challenges, in 2008, the Baha'i international community affirms the principle of the oneness of humankind must become the ruling principle of international life. This principle does not seek to undermine national autonomy or suppress cultural or intellectual diversity. Rather, it makes it possible to view the climate change challenge through a new lens, one that perceives humanity as a unified whole, In order to progress beyond a world community driven by a largely economic and utilitarian calculus to one of shared responsibility for the prosperity of all nations, such a principle must take root in the conscience of the individual. In this way, we come to recognize the broader human agenda which subsumes those of climate change, poverty eradication, gender equality, development, and seeks to use both human and natural resources in a way that facilitates the progress and well-being of all people. A response to climate change will require profound changes at the level of individual, the community, and the nations of the world. In another paper in 1998, the Baha'i International Community states, as trustees or stewards of the planet's vast resources and biological diversity, humanity must learn to make use of the Earth's natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable, in a manner that ensures and the welfare of the entire family of humanity, to whom you are all brothers and sisters. Humanity will ultimately pass through this ordeal, and it will emerge on the other side with a deeper appreciation of its inherent oneness and interdependence. I finish with an excerpt from a prayer from Abdul Baha. O Lord, draw up the people from the abyss of the ocean of hatred and enmity, and deliver them from the impenetrable darkness. Unite their hearts and brighten their eyes with the light of peace and reconciliation.
I now invite up Sheikh Helmi Bakur. He's the Imam of Adelaide Mosque, which is the oldest surviving mosque still here in Australia.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. Day of peace. For you to be able to have peace with others, you need to start to have peace with yourself. Sustainability. When we say sustainability, I remember Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, our beloved Prophet and Messenger, when he urged us to pray, when he emphasized on not eating what you need to survive, justice. Islam denounced racism, terrorism, extremism. But some might ask me, so what's going on? Why are they killing here and there? Honestly and from the heart, I would say to you, they are not Muslims. I wouldn't even say they are misguided Muslims. I wouldn't even call them Muslims. Because before they kill you, they would kill me. Because for them, I'm not even Muslim. And when those people started with this ideology, we formed a poem in many languages, a chant, and we called it The Muslims of the World, and we taught it to our children to sing it in different languages. I wouldn't say I'm going to chant it today so the professional people don't get upset with me because I have such a terrible voice. But I would only use the sentence in English, what we say, to say that we are the Muslims of the world, they are not representing Islam. We say in it, we all denounce terrorism. We stand against it in deed and word. This is our belief, our unwavering idea, and we are the Muslims of the world. This is what we're teaching our kids, that Islam, you need to love for others what you love for yourself. Violence begets violence. Hatred begets hatred. So now I will make a supplication in Arabic. It will be asking God, first, wisdom, because we need to have wisdom to be able to live with others and open our hearts to them. We will ask God to open our hearts. We will ask God to guard us and to make our hearts pure. This is what I'm going to say shortly, and I won't take long in Arabic if you allow me. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. اللهم يا أرحم الراحمين، اللهم يا أكرم الأكرمين، اللهم اهدنا يا الله، اللهم ارزقنا الحكمة والفهم يا الله، اللهم ثبتنا على الصراط المستقيم، اللهم وحد صفوفنا يا أكرم الأكرمين، اللهم يا الله يا الله يا عظيم، نسألك أن تجعل في قلوبنا سلام، اللهم نور قلوبنا يا الله برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Ameen, Ameen, and thank you so much.
Peace does not mean the absence of conflicts. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, education, knowledge, and through humane ways. The whole purpose of religion is to facilitate love and compassion, patience, tolerance, humility, and forgiveness. Only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. Compassion naturally creates a positive atmosphere, and as a result, you feel peaceful and content. Love and compassion are the true greatest potential for doing good. Christiana Figueres encourages us all to imagine the future that we need and to have a gritty optimism that our prayers may help Australia and the rest of the world navigate a path to safety and to a sustainable future. Thank you.
Services, Mrs. Pauline Connolly. Thank you very much. I've written a prayer for tonight, but Dr. Aslan asked me just to say a few words about this evening, and what I'd just like to say is that tonight we can't see smiles behind our masks, but we know that they are there, and as we can't see the love in our hearts, but we can feel it there. And to come together on a cold night and sit in the cathedral together from all different faiths says how much we yearn for peace, and what we yearn for occupies our thoughts and impacts our behaviour. So for us to come together like this, I never not feel encouraged when I come to something that's organised by Pinnacle College. So thank you, Dr. Aslan, and for all those who have organised this, because I know I will leave here
feeling encouraged, feeling a sense of belonging, and feeling a lightness of heart. God of the universe, your love connects us all. One God, one earth, one source of life. As we look upon our planet, our home, our earth, we realise that throughout time, throughout culture, throughout distance, the greatest power is that of love. The greatest drive is the need for love. The greatest gift is the gift of love. Help us to remember that though we are many throughout the earth, we are interdependent. We are brothers and sisters. We are called to stand in solidarity. May we who are strong support those who are not. May we who are loved support those who are not. May we who are free support those who are not. One planet, one people, one God. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Pauline Connolly. I'd now like to call upon the Assistant SAPOL Commissioner, Mrs. Linda Fellow.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Dr. Aslan and the Pinnacle College, I'd just like to thank the speakers and the presenters here tonight. I think you'll agree with me, they've been excellent, and I really enjoyed the musicians. I think it was fortunate that we haven't lifted the ban on dancing till Thursday night, because we may have had a bit of a disco happening down here, so it was really enjoyable. In the South Australian Police, we play a great role in the community in keeping the peace. But we know we can't do that on our own, that we have to do it with the community and work together. So it's great to be able to be here tonight and enjoy the company of all of the people in the community. And just remember that there is so much good in our state, in our community, and there is a lot to be hopeful about, and that there will be recovery. And so I thank you all for coming, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Have things connected, but big enough that they aren't connected. So meaning we can grow, work and learn from each other, but we also have the space to do so in our wonderful multicultural society. I would like to invite you to mingle and have some packed food that has been prepared by the Macias Ladies Group. A big thank you goes to these wonderful ladies for their contribution. Can I also ask our Multifaith representatives, music ensemble, guest speakers and the like to assemble for another group photo. I hope you've all enjoyed this peaceful and cultural experience. Mashallah, it was a great evening, and inshallah, we look forward to another successful event next year. Thank you and good night.